There have been some big changes implemented in the real estate industry in Minnesota and across the country. So I wanted to send you a quick video with the 3 key updates, things that have changed. So number 1, in order to see a property with a realtor, a buyer must be under what's called a representation agreement. If you've worked with me in the past, you were under a representation agreement. A representation agreement outlines the services provided by a buyer's agent and the compensation for those services. Sometimes people would start their real estate journey by going onto Zillow, typing in 123 Main Street, and then clicking request a tour. Someone would show up and meet them without ever having talked to them. They'd walk through the property. That's not the way to start real estate anymore. We have to have that signed representation agreement. Number 2 is moving forward, the way that buyer's agents are paid is changing. So we used to pay from the listing agent commission to the buyer agent commission when we were selling a property. So when you hired a listing agent, you might pay them a total of 6%, and they would pay a buyer's agent 2.7, 3%, 2.5% out of that 6%. That is going away. So now sellers can still offer compensation to buyer's agents, and compensation to buyer's agents can be done in 3 ways. 1, the seller can pay the buyer's agent directly at closing on the settlement statement. 2, the seller can give closing costs to the buyer can pay their agent at closing. And 3, the buyer can pay their agent directly at closing. They've got to use cash. It can't be part of the loan. But those are the 3 ways a buyer's agent can be paid going forward. And the last thing is all offers of compensation for a buyer's agent have been removed from the MLS. I used to enter a listing, and if my sellers had agreed to pay a buyer's agent, which has always been optional, I would put that amount, usually 2.5, 2.73% on the MLS, and an agent could look and see what that cooperating payout was. So that's gone, but it doesn't mean that I couldn't call a listing agent and see if the seller is offering compensation upfront and what that is. So those are the 3 things. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more clarity around what you've heard in the news and makes you more of a real estate aficionado at soccer drop-off or coffee dates, things like that. You can sound like you really know what's going on. And if you have questions about these changes or anything that's happening in real estate, just know you can always reach out to me. I hope to talk to you soon, and I hope that you're having a great summer.